Hello! It is an update vlog. Um, some of you may have seen a little while ago I posted a text post on the channel, basically mentioning that mentioning I wasn't gonna film for a minute because I was having possible issues with my voice. Immediately filmed like a few videos after that, but have since taken a break because, as I mentioned, I have been having some issues with my voice. So I like to sing. I sing a lot since I was a little kid. I've always been singing constantly, much to the annoyance of people around me. I've used singing kind of as a way to self-soothe, I guess, or I don't know. It's just something that feels good. The vibrations feel good in my throat and are very calming, and is just like something I've always done to, relieve stress or whatever. Just singing because I like it. And I've been singing like my whole entire life. I remember one of my music teachers growing up commented on the fact that I knew how to use my diaphragm for singing, which is ideal to protect your vocal cords. You don't want to put too much strain on them, so the ideal for a lot of singing is to sing from lower down, basically. And I've always had like a decent voice, I think. It's just something that I really enjoyed doing. And I bring up singing because in I've mentioned in a few vlogs the November 2023 hospital visit that I had, where one of the notable things about that visit was I was singing a lot. It is a really, it's a very complicated, it was a complicated trip for a lot of reasons. And I'm still having difficulty figuring out what even happened in some ways. It was, I've actually recently been having some flashbacks to some of the events that took place during that visit. It was pretty intense. But the reason I bring up singing is I was singing a lot during that visit, a lot. And I know I was pushing my voice. Like I remember thinking I was pushing my voice, a little bit past what is comfortable. Excuse me. And it's now 2025, so that was a little over a year ago. And throughout 2024, I was still singing because, I just sing like day to day, like, doing the dishes, I'll sing, showering, I'll sing, just milling around doing random shit. It's just, singing has always been something that's been very important to me. And there are a few more layers to that, especially when I realized I was trans, one of the, ways I could kind of access a little bit of gender euphoria, was being able to sing songs that were performed by male singers. I've notably always really liked Hozier's music, and singing a lot of his music has in the past given me a lot of gender euphoria. My coming out, my trans coming out story, and the way I eventually came to terms with my gender identity, actually is wrapped up in Hozier's music. So it's something very important to me, singing and being able to have access to music that, I feel like my speaking patterns and my voice are often dysphoric for me in day-to-day life. I feel like I have feminine speaking patterns somewhat. I've been trying to kind of work on that a little bit. And my voice is just higher pitched than I would like it to be. So singing music that is performed by male artists has kind of been a way for me to feel, some of that masculinity in my body in a way that I can't feel it all the time, due to gender dysphoria. So around like November, December of 2024, I was noticing that singing was kind of leaving my voice a little shot. Like, I would sing for a little bit and then have some issues with my voice, some like vocal fry, which is that is vocal fry. And I started getting a little worried because I'm like, that, I've grown up knowing a little bit about vocal health, not an extreme amount because I've never really taken singing classes or whatever, but knowing a little bit, and I had heard as a kid of vocal cord nodules, or vocal nodules, or however you say it, which are like the biggest fear of a singer's career, which I'm not a professional singer. I don't ever plan to be a professional singer. Even like if there wasn't any issues with my vocal cords, that was never the plan. I love singing, and singing is extremely important to me, but it's never been something that I really wanted to have as a career. And it's just kind of funny, like as a kid I was always afraid, like, of singing wrong and or developing those. And I went to the NT today, and they put a little camera down the back of my throat, and surprise, I do in fact have a vocal cord nodule. And you might notice that right now my voice does not sound great. This is what's been happening to my voice when I sing a little bit, not even for very long, just like a few minutes. My voice immediately starts doing this. And I do wonder somewhat, because again, I have been singing on a daily basis, almost daily basis, since I was a kid. It varies from time to time. if I'm going through a rough period of time, sometimes I won't sing as much. You know, but I've been singing for a long time, and I've, you know, never had an issue. And some of me wonders if some of this is because, not just because of the 2023 visit where I was singing constantly, but also the fact that I have been trying to somewhat masculinize my voice a little bit on my own. Just trying, like, as I'm singing and speaking, to speak at a lower register, kind of deepen my range with singing, to sound a little more masculine. And I do wonder if that specifically might have been the problem, is that I wasn't singing in my biologically natural voice, and, you know, was trying to kind of sing and also push my voice a bit deeper. I do wonder if that's why suddenly I'm having an issue. I'm pretty distraught about this. It's not the end of the world. He said it was just one on my right side, and he said it's not giant. You know, it's apparently decently small, which is good, catching it early, which is why I wanted an appointment, because I'm like, I don't want to, you know, if you let those go, if you keep misusing your voice, it can cause, you know, real damage to your vocal cords. So I wanted to try to get on top of it as soon as possible. So, yeah. I have to make an appointment with a speech therapist. I have to see if my insurance covers it. He said he advised a vocal coach if I'm going to be singing, which I'm like, I can't afford that. So there were a lot of things that happened in the hospital. The 2023 visit, not the ones since. There's a lot of things I don't know how to put into words. But while I was in there, I was making a lot of rapid connections in my brain. And I've always had a little bit of a weird brain. Some things make immediate sense to me, and then other things I just cannot understand. My friends used to make fun of me in school because I was like, you know, like one of the like top students, quote unquote, and like, you know, performing really well in most areas, but like I notably had trouble with things like physics. Like it was very funny to my friends that I struggled so much with even like basic things in physics, whereas in other areas in school I did pretty well. Like I feel like my brain, and maybe it's just being neurodivergent, I feel like my brain kind of interprets information in a slightly weird way. And that plus a few other aspects of my mental state at the time meant that, it wasn't just the being restrained and being forced to take medication against my will. It wasn't just that. There was this story that I was reading the world through, because I've kind of always used stories to understand the world around me a bit better, because we live in a chaotic, nonsensical world. And I think humans in general like to use stories and use narrative to understand things that are hard to wrap your heart around. When I was in the hospital, I was singing a lot. And I remember there was this concept in my mind of there was a concept in my mind of trading your voice for legs. And because I was feeling very helpless at the time, and I felt like I couldn't stand on my own strength, and I felt like, not physically, not literally, but in a lot of ways I felt like I couldn't walk. And this is what I mean by it's really hard to explain some of this stuff in a way that makes sense to other people. And I was singing a lot because I thought I could exchange my voice. And, in some ways I feel like I did. It's not the end of the world. It's not like my vocal cords are damaged beyond repair. If I see a speech therapist and I take care of my voice and I learn how to take care of my voice, it can go away. And I can be fine again. So it's not like, this is not literally I can't sing or talk ever again. But I have felt consistently, especially recently, like my voice has been taken away in one way or another. And the worst part is it's always been taken by my own hand. I've always been the one to silence myself ever since childhood. Out of safety and out of a need to protect, out of shame, many reasons. And this past, while, I've silenced myself in a lot of ways, and I think it is very fascinating and fitting that for the time being I can't sing, or I shouldn't be, which takes away one of my few methods of self-soothing, of being able to feel masculine in a body that I'm unable to medically transition for now. You know, one of the covert ways I could be masculine as well. And the thing is, in the hospital, when I was, you know, having conversations with myself and, you know, crying out to a God that couldn't hear, you know, it's like, if I did trade my voice, you know, and I still can't walk, you know, I don't know. And the thing is that, you know, your brain is incredibly powerful. The brain is so powerful. It's scary what your brain alone can do to your body. What your brain can do to your life. It is either the most powerful tool or the most dangerous weapon. And I know I've used mine to hurt myself over and over again. And if I'm honest, lately I've been feeling pretty hopeless about a lot of things. And that's the thing, is that's how the brain can just you know, it can ruin your life. You can ruin your life just with your brain. Can ruin your mind, can ruin your body, can ruin your relationships, can ruin any chance you might have had at achieving your goals or becoming the type of person you want to be. There are, of course, external factors always. There will always be external factors, but there are also... It's crazy how much just your mindset and the way you think can affect everything you try to do. And there is a not small part of me that wonders how much I have crippled myself purely because of my brain. I don't know. So, this is mostly just an update on, you know, I should probably slow my video output. I already have. And I don't want to end this on a totally bad note, because in the absence of frequent filming, I still want to be filming because I like making videos. I like filming. I like YouTube. I would like to finish my Undertale playthrough, and I have a few others that I want to do. I kind of had an idea for something I wanted to do in February, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know how much I should be doing or not doing with my voice and talking. It's definitely singing that is the bigger problem, but I should be mindful of the talking too. You know, I'll know more after I see the speech therapist, I guess. But yeah, I am. Shouldn't be saying this right now, but I have an idea for a project, and it's a big project, and I've kind of mentioned it a little bit before, but it is a very ambitious project, a big lots of work project, very lots of commitment to time, and I'm scared because I do not do well with long-term commitments, unfortunately. Especially if it's just something I'm working on. And I'm afraid to make the inevitable video where I talk more about this project because, man, it would be just like me to be like, I'm gonna do this huge thing idea, and then, you know, a month in, decide I want to do something else with my time. And I hate this about myself. I hate that I'm like this. I hate that I am so fucking ADHD or whatever that it's just like I can't stay focused on stuff that I really want to do. But I have been trying to think, you know, if there was just one big project that I could do, it would probably be this one. And I, you know, I'll talk more about it in the actual video. I want to actually make a little bit of headway on it first myself, and kind of get some solid thoughts about talking about it. And, you know, once I have more information, I will talk about it. But, yeah, you know, I have been feeling, I've been feeling extremely hopeless lately, and, just depression kicking my fucking ass. But I do think that having something to work on might help. And since I should probably be careful with how many videos I'm filming, you know, this is a project that, you know, maybe can help with that, because it will not require as many videos. I don't know. I'm talking vaguely and in circles on purpose, so yeah. But yeah. I hope my voice will be okay. I hope that I can learn how to use it in a way that I'm not damaging it. I hope I'll be able to go back to singing and there won't be an issue. I also am kind of hoping to talk to the speech therapist to see, like, okay, are there other, you know, what do you recommend if I am trying to kind of masculinize my voice as much as I can without the use of testosterone? You know, I wonder if they'll maybe help with that. I don't know. Gotta see if my insurance covers it first. So, but yeah. I guess I just wanted a little update. And yeah, I'm I'm not doing well, but also um, I'm working on it. Not that I owe you an explanation of how I'm doing, but because I don't know. I don't know. It's been a year. It's been. Last year was a year. And now we're on to 2025, so maybe 2025 will. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying anything of substance anymore because I've forgotten how to do this. I've forgotten how to make videos, so maybe up the frequency a little bit so it's not an entire like month between filming. Because I do forget how to do this apparently, so I don't know. If you have any experience with voice stuff, and have anything helpful, tell me about it. I'll read it. But yeah, until then, until I am ready to make my video about my next project, and then also I do want to do the psych ward survival guide video fairly soon. I should get working on that too, actually. So, yeah. I guess we'll see where this goes.